Well, also new tonight, the town of Somerset in Niagara County held an unprecedented hearing in order to explain to residents why they're raising the town tax by 113%.
Now, a lot of this has to do with declining revenue from a large power plant in the town. Channel 2's Erica Brecker has the latest from Somerset, where the hearing wrapped up just a little while ago.
Good evening. Now, we reported last week that the 113% tax hike was proposed in the 2018 budget. What's new tonight is that the town board had to present to residents why they're doing this, after which they approved overriding the tax cap and adopting the proposed budget. Town Supervisor Daniel Engert showed a lengthy presentation detailing how the Somerset Operating Company, a coal-fired plant, has had an 89% decline in revenue since 2008, obviously affecting their contribution to tax revenue. Engert explained that over the years they tried to keep the town tax low in hopes of bringing in some major development projects, but all attempts failed. Starting in 2012, Somerset began using some of its reserves to both offset budget gaps and keep taxes low. During the same 5 years, they reduced the workforce through attrition, and the 2018 budget is just $745,000, half of what it was 10 years ago. Engert says there's simply not enough in reserves to maintain that balancing act. Residents seem to appreciate the explanation and supported the budget, at least for now. It didn't seem that a lot of people were terribly opposed to the tax hike. Did that surprise you?
It did in a way. I had heard a lot of questions in the community after it was initially reported. But when I had an opportunity to talk to people and explain the context of the rate, and then looking at how do other similarly situated towns, it changed their perspective.
Engert blames the tax cap override on the New York State Comptroller, who audited the town's finances in 2016 and determined the town couldn't be paying residents' garbage collection fee with sales tax revenue. They have to pay it themselves in the form of a tax. He says it was the town's contract with a refuse company that put them over the tax cap. Now back to the power plant. The state's policies have been shifting toward cleaner energy, and the state will consider the power plant out of business by 2020. The state did create a mitigation fund to help Somerset through that transition, but it's not available until the plant actually closes, making Somerset's economic future past 2020 unclear right now. In Somerset, Erica Brecker, Channel 2 News.